Hey BookTube, how's it going today? Good. Um, so I wanted to talk a little bit about um, it's not a book I read by accident, but I didn't know exactly what it was. First, before I jump into that, I just want to say, as everybody knows, Weird Mass 12 is out now. You get it at weirdmass.com. And the Time Mazine, number 2. I'm going to hold off on this a little bit because I decided I want to add some things to it. So I'm going to add some stuff to this and then put it up because I'm kind of excited about something. Do I have anything else here? No. Okay. So, what I wanted to talk to you about was I got a audiobook that is a 4-book collection of Max Brand westerns, and I will put a thing right there for you so you could see it. And I felt really dumb because after I got it, I found out that all of these books are on like LibriVox and all this other stuff, and also on YouTube, in fact. So, but being that, whatever, it's fine. And I'm going to do a video on Blackjack, the first book in that collection, in a little bit here. But what I really wanted to talk about was the one I finished today. And it's called Harrigan, but some copies of the book it's called Harrigan, like it's yelling it. Now this book is in this. It's a nautical book. It's a adventure story that takes place on a ship, and the time period is the same as the other. No, it's not actually. It isn't even that. No, the time period is like, I guess 1940, 1941 ish. But maybe a little earlier than that. But anyway, this book completely caught me by surprise. And basically, I'm going to give you a huge kind of synopsis of this. If you don't want to hear anything about this, if you could like just scrub through the video and stop when I go like this, that means it's safe to come back. Okay, so basically, there's this Irish dude named Harrigan, Dan Harrigan. He ends up on this ship that's captain is Black Matee, and he's just like a horrible captain. And out of the 2 Max Brand books I've read, they both kind of start off slow. Slow in the sense that you don't know who anybody is, so you don't know what the stakes are when things are happening, I guess. All right. So, through a series of events, the captain decides he's going to break Harrigan. And they become like bitter rivals because he's doing everything he can to just destroy this guy's soul, and it's not working. And there is a girl on the ship who kind of helps Harrigan, um, cleans his wounds, and of course, in the fashion of stories of the day, um, immediately falls in love with her. And then um, the captain pretty much falls in love with her. And like olive oil in a Popeye cartoon, she just can't decide who she likes, so she strings them both on. Okay, so that is the basic premise of it, but I mean, we have shipwrecks, we have desert islands, we have um, other ships and fires on the ship, and um, stabbings and shootings. I mean, this book has everything you can possibly want in a book. Now, some of you, especially the lovely females out there, might be like, oh, I really like it though when the female isn't just like a pawn in a love triangle thing or whatever, and blah 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 blah. Okay, not that that's not important. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to get to my point. Here, let's do this. Let's just come back. I'm not gonna tell anything else about the story. There are moments when Kate, the female in the story, is what it seems to be nothing more than a pawn and or a prop. Okay, we'll say a prop, a device to move the plot forward. But then there's other times when she kind of shines, more so than I thought a character like her would in a book like this, if that makes sense. And I mean, this is one of those books that when you're reading it, it could end anywhere. Like at any moment, like this could be the end of the book. Because I'm not holding a book, I don't know how many pages are in it because it's an audio book with 3 other books in it, and it doesn't have like chapter numbers in the Audible thing, so I don't know when it's gonna end. But like I'm like, oh my god, it could end right now, it could end right this second, and then it doesn't. I'm like, oh fuck, whew, that was a close call. And then like something else crazy goes on, and I'm like, oh my god, the book could totally end right now, what's gonna happen? And then it doesn't. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. And and that happens. Like, I think that happens more in this book than any book I've ever read. There are so many false endings in this book, but it's never Return of the King, you know, where it's just like, for fuck's sake, just say goodbye to everybody already. I'm tired, I'm done. You know, it's like, it's exciting, it's worth it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, completely caught me off guard. I thought it was going to be a gosh darn cowboy novel, and it turned out to be this thing. And for fuck's sake, dude, it was really enjoyable. When I started it, I even went in going, I'm not going to like this book. I'm not going to like this book because it's not what I wanted. It's like when you go to a restaurant or something and everyone at your table orders drinks or whatever, and you get your drink that's supposed to be cherry Coke, let's say, and then you take a sip and it's root beer. It's not that root beer is bad, but because root beer is not what you were expecting, it leaves a horrible taste in your mouth because your tongue was awaiting cherry Coke. That's how this book was. Like, I thought I was going to get a Western, and I ended up with this, like, just rip roaring adventure with two guys that want to like murder each other. Oh my gosh. It was just so good. And yeah, you have that whole thing where you're like, man, if this one person just wasn't such a boop, everything would be fine. Or if this person just communicated to that person, this would be over. So yeah, there's the whole like Gilligan thing going on here, but I think it works out. So it was a shock to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed it too. If you've read it, let me know down below what you think. I immediately was going, oh my god, if they did a movie of this, like Outside of Time, like Paul Smith, the guy who played Brutus or Pluto or Bluto, I'm sorry, and the Popeye movie with Robin Williams, he would definitely be Captain McTee, and the ginge beardy guy from Game of Thrones would be Harrigan. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I guess like Scarlett O'Hara would be Kate. So that's what just happened in my head. And the guy from Hot Shots, I can't believe that's the only thing I could think of that he's in. He has two sons that are actors. Lloyd Bridges. He plays the other captain, the White Hawthorne. Shit, I already forgot his name. I just finished the book. Anyway, so if you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and do all that fun sharing stuff. But down below, let me know if you read this book and what you thought of it. And if you have a better idea of who should play who in your movie that takes place outside of time that would never happen, let me know down below.